Hello, this is Agurk. Welcome back. This is episode 6 of Stranded Deep tutorial, how to survive and even thrive in Stranded Deep. Between episodes, I went back to our previous island, a large island, and I gathered a bunch of fibrous leaves and picked up a few things and came back again. There wasn't an awful lot there. Oh, I did find I had some farming plots that had grown their pippy plants. So I now have 6 pippy plants here that I can turn into antidotes if I need them. Not that I need them at the moment, but they're there if I do need them. So it's already late in the day. It's about 3 p.m. So I think what I'll do is I'll just run around doing maintenance stuff, collecting fibrous leaves and things, and I'm not going to do that on camera. And when I come back in the morning, we will do some shipwrecks, and I might in the meantime just make another farming plot or two. All right, it's morning again, and I built myself 3 more farming plots. I used planks for each of these, and I've planted a kuwawa fruit, a kura fruit, and an ajuga plant. And once those grow, I'll show you what you can do with those. I've also gathered up some coconuts and some lashings here so that I can make some coconut flasks. And we'll need 3 of those. And with those, I can make my antidote using the pippy plants. And I'm only going to make 2. I might leave that other one there for something else. Just, we'll see. And I'm just going to drop those there because I don't really need to carry them around with me. Alright, so I'm trying to make sure that I keep my new plots here watered as well, because I haven't had time to put much water in them yet. Alright, so let's check out this wreck over here. Flashlight. Nothing down there. Some more tires. That's good. We can use those for our raft. Great. Console. And I think that's all I'm going to get there. Oh, another ration, another flashlight, and a corrugated scrap. Alright. I think I'm going to grab those tires, because then we can extend our raft. It allows us to extend the raft on both sides of the one section that we already have. I like to keep things symmetrical, so adding just one section of raft would be a little bit awkward. Now, I'm not seeing any sharks over here. Now, there has been some glitches with this game. They've had some problems with custom islands, especially, where sharks are there the first time you visit the island, but if you sleep or you go out of the game and come back in, the sharks don't respawn. And I haven't actually run into that problem before. I've played these custom islands a number of times, and I've never had a problem with that, but I'm kind of suspicious in this case that the sharks may not be here anymore. So that'll be a little bit unfortunate if that's the case. Well, I mean, you might think that's a good thing that sharks are not here because they're obviously dangerous and whatnot, but you do also want to use them for harvesting leather. See if there's anything in the front here. Nope, completely blocked in. Alright. So back out. That's a lionfish. Don't want him to get us. And yeah, no sign of a shark. There should be a shark guarding this wreck, and I don't see one. Lashing, leather, and a flare gun. Alright. Drop that, drop that, drop that. Alright, let's see, where's our hammer? We need lashings. Alright, so to build raft pieces, you will need lashings again. And it's on... Hello. I don't know if you saw my blooper reel, but yeah, there are seagulls that fly under the sand. I really need to build myself an anchor. I don't know. I'm gonna need... You know what? I'm gonna have to build a pickaxe. And hopefully that does require 2 stone tools. Yes, alright. So we have a pickaxe. Now the reason I did that is because I need some more rocks. And I know there's some right over here. This is a mineable resource. You break it apart with a pickaxe. And each one of these should produce 6 rocks. But there is a problem with the game in that, depending on where the resource spawns, you can lose pieces within the larger rocks around it, or within the bushes around it. See, now that should have produced 6, and I only got 4. So there's probably 2 rocks hidden in behind the rock here. It's just a glitch in the game. And I'm just going to try my little trick here of building a stone tool. And yeah, see, it did not take any of the 4 rocks from my inventory. Try that again. Oops. And that time it did. All right, so we only got away with 1 of those. All right, so we need to cool down. We have, that's our breath boost that we found in the middle of the island. And we have our aloe salve. So we need to cool down in the water first, because we have sunstroke. So we're just going to go sit in the water and enjoy the view. We no longer have sunstroke. Take our aloe salve, and now we can go and put it back. And use it again tomorrow. And we have sunblock for the rest of the day. And actually, while I'm mining things, I'll just show you how this works. This is a mineable resource for wood, and it's basically a drift pile on a beach, which is something you typically see. And you can break it apart into sticks. And yeah, you can just take however many you need and leave the rest of it there, or you can harvest the entire thing all in one go. But I'll just take 2 because I don't really need them. I'm trying to think where is the nearest... Oh, right there. Mineable resource. And there it is. So I want to build an anchor, and that requires 6 rocks. Now I have 4 right now. And it's only the roundish gray rocks that come off here that you can use. The rest of them, these bits here, these are just extra graphic bits that will eventually vanish. Again, we lost that in the rock. Stone tool. So we got lots of stone tools. We got 8 rocks. So we should be good there. Now we have enough fibrous leaves as well that we should be able to build an anchor now. And if we look at our crafting here for vehicles, an anchor takes 6 rocks, a stick, and 4 lashings. I already have 3, so we need 1 more. A stick, a rock, and 4 lashings. Alright, so we have enough. We have a seagull flying under the sand again. Oh dear. Alright, I'm going to drop that there. Oh, this game sometimes just kills me. Alright, do I need a hammer to build this? Probably. I don't know if I do or not. We'll just take it with us. You can usually glitch it on there if you like. I'm going to need 2 of these. And I'm going to pull this out into the water. And then deploy the anchor. That will just make building a lot easier. That seagull is killing me. Oh dear. Now you can click on it while it's over there, and then you can just get it into place before you click with your mouse button, and then it'll settle into place. Oh, that seagull is just possessed. And then I'll do the same thing with these tires that we just collected. And we'll have 1 extra tire here. It's kind of funny, the game always leaves tires in piles of 3, but you can only use 2 at a time. So you usually have to find multiple piles in order to make use of all of the tires. And as I mentioned, I like to keep my rafts symmetrical, so I want to put it on this side over here. Get up on here. I have the planks with me, so I should be able to build, or I have the corrugated scrap with me, so I should be able to plunk these on. Voila. So this is a basic 3x1 or 1x3 raft. And as I mentioned before, you can extend it out frontwards or backwards, doesn't really matter. I generally like to do 2x3, so I'll build one more section out towards the front. And again, I like to keep things symmetrical. So I'll probably wait until I have at least 2 sections that match, so that I can put them off each side, and then in the middle one, doesn't really matter what that is. Alright, so we have a couple of antidotes made. We have another one that's available. I have a breath boost over here. This one allows me to stay underwater longer, which is handy for diving on wrecks. And we're getting late in the day already again. Hello, Mr. Seagull again. Hey, caramba. And these items in the middle here, I'm just going to leave them here. I don't like using the fishing rod. I don't think it's very useful. Flare gun is totally useless, and the package is just a novelty item, so don't really need it either. Alright, it's early morning, 5:30 in the morning. Still dark. The torch is really neat. This is basically a flashlight, and it allows you to see in the dark, obviously. One really kind of weird glitchy thing with this, though, is that when you're above the surface of the water, it actually illuminates quite nicely. You can see what's under the surface, so you can use it at night to avoid stepping on a spiky starfish. But as soon as you go under the water, your visibility gets cut down. You can see how much you can see when you're above the water compared to when you're below the water. Anything beyond that rock is gone, but you can actually see it better from above the surface. Kind of a weird little way they've done that. And then once the sun comes up, you no longer need it, so you can just right click, or left click, sorry, and turn it off. And it's another beautiful morning in Stranded Deep. Alright, I'm actually low on food, so I'm going to need to catch some fish here too. So what I'll do is quick craft a fishing spear. And this is not the best lighting. So what I'm going to do is go back over to where that shipwreck was, and we'll see if the shark comes, but I don't think so. It's very dark, so can't really see too much. Lionfish. Cod. Snake. Don't want that. This is a time when that breath boost would actually be quite handy. When you're diving a little bit deeper than normal after cod, it's nice to have that breath boost so you can stay underwater longer. Let's see which one up there. Untitled. There we go. This is a bit freaky being out here without knowing whether there's a shark or not. I'm going by the assumption that there is no shark, and he hasn't shown up yet. Yeah. Don't want the small fish. I'd rather have cod. Ooh, sneeze. Alright, let's go after this cod over here. Come on, take him off the stick. Get him off the stick! He won't come off. Ah. Oh, now you come off. Sure. And, oh man, oh man. There's just too many sea snakes, man. Fish. Away from me. Cod over here. Come on. Alright, that'll be enough for now. You can go to a deeper area like that and just fish until you can basically fill your inventory with fish in almost no time at all. So it's really, really quite simple, quite easy to do, and you can give yourself quite a large supply of fish in no time at all. All right, so that's 5 pieces of medium meat, and again, just point at the one arm and then continuously hold E to attach each piece of meat. And our fire has over half of its fuel left, which is plenty. It takes about half of the circular bar there to smoke medium meat. Alright, let's go check out this shipwreck over here now. There's more tires down here, so that's great too. We can get those to add to our raft. Another fuel can, that's nice. No shark here either. There was a shark here before. I almost ignored that snake. Back there. We got plenty of leather. We have 2 jerry cans, which is perfect, because you need one to build a fuel still, and then you need one at least to carry fuel. So these are now cooked, so we'll just let them continue to go, and they'll turn into smoked eventually. Alright, so I'm going to explore the deeper water here. Really don't like that sound in the background of the cooker. It's kind of annoying that is like that. Oh, there is a shipwreck here. Nice. Not seeing any sharks. gets very deep here very quickly. There's more cod, so that's nice too. Oh, and there's buoy balls in the back, so that could be our final raft section. Just gonna leave that there. I don't need the flare gun, so. Alright, I'm not gonna break that yet. It can still go flying. Buoy balls. When you see a group of buoy balls on the bottom there, when you break it apart, they will just go flying everywhere. So you have to chase them down. So I wanted to make sure I had a full breath, and I'm going to try and grab these as they come by. 3, 4, 5. You guys all stay there, thank you. Couple of tarps, another flashlight, a filter vehicle part, plank scrap, and 2 electrical vehicle parts. Okay, it's a bit excessive. Okay. Alright, so our meat is now completely smoked. That bell was the sound of success. Turn that off. The kawawa fruit and the kura fruit will both provide 2 bars of food and 1 bar of water in your health status. So you can grow these as food, and every time you pluck them, they'll just grow back again, which is something that the wild plants will not do. Once you've plucked a wild kura fruit tree or a wild kawawa fruit tree, that fruit will never grow back. You can only grow them back in a farming plot. That's why farming plots are quite important in this game. We could add a couple more sections to our raft. I'll have to bring one of these back as well, because I'll need 2 of them to be together in order to use them for a base of a raft. But the other 2 I can just leave over there and then just construct them from there when I need them. Now, while I was running around, I did check out in the ocean here, and I saw a wreck. So I'm going to go back out to it again. And again, there was no sign of a shark, so there she is. Hopefully it stays away. Great. Snake. Now on the front here, there are barrels and tires kind of glitched onto each other. So, I kind of want to take at least one of the barrels with me. I want to make a hobo stove. Another thing they're doing in the next version of the game, they've reduced the spawn percentage, or the number of poisonous snakes and lionfish that spawn into the game. So that by itself should make things a little easier. They're also making sharks less aggressive, which again should make things a little bit easier. Stand up, there we go. And it's again with barrels, similar to tires, that they always spawn in piles of 3. So you often have the problem that if you use one of them for a hobo stove, you end up with 2 extra barrels that you really can't use for anything. Except for other hobo stoves, which is not really practical. Alright, so I'm going to go back for the tires as well, because I want to use those on the raft as well. So far I have my raft out of nothing but tires, and I have several more sections that we can do with the 4 tires that we have sitting on the island at the moment. So having 6 will allow me to build a whole section on the front of the raft. So I'm going to take these with me, or one at a time I will take with me. Alright, so we have tires and a barrel. Alright. So I think I'll take 2 of these with me. Alright. Oh, and my ajuga plant has grown, so I can take that. And what about this guy? Oh, yeah, we have a kura fruit. And we should have a kawawa fruit as well. Excellent. Alright, so I'm just going to drop all of these here. Now again, I can use these as food, or I can use them to create a gauze, which acts basically the same as a bandage. It'll stop bleeding. And it's made with 1 koala fruit, 1 kura fruit, and 1, what is that? Just a coconut flask. So that's nice. Not really something that I would normally build, but it is an option. You can build a loom as well, and then create cloth out of fibrous leaves. Alright, it's morning again. The sun has just come up. I've been running around doing things. I organized a bit. I took a bunch of the things that were lying out here on the sand, and I put them inside the storage shed. And I stacked my crates all nice and neatly over here. Alright, so what I wanted to do now, I put aside some sticks and 4 lashings over here because I want to build a loom. Just there. And I'm just going to put it right next to the tanning rack. Now with a loom, I can now make cloth with the loom. Now the reason why I wanted to make some cloth was because I want to build a sleeping bag. Now a sleeping bag is great because it's like a portable shelter. So instead of having to build a new shelter on every island I go to, I can just take the sleeping bag with me, place it on the ground, and then use it as a safe spot. And then when you're ready to leave the island, you can just pick it up and away you go again. Alright, so what I'm going to do is add to our raft going to put flooring on the 2 side pieces here. And then what I'm going to do is I just use the last of our leaves here for lashings. And we're going to make a buoy ball section to stick out the front. And of course we need another set of corrugated scrap in order to create the floor. Alright, so what this does is it leaves a recessed section in the middle here where we can place crates for our all empties. So I'm going to take those, demonstrate how to do this. Now, there's no easy way to do this. You have to basically place them on the ground, drop them, manipulate them a little bit to get them to fit. Alright, so I'm just going to lie them down flat like this. You can actually put them on edge as well. So what this would allow me to do is to carry 4, maybe even up to 6 crates if I lie them on their edges, plus what I can carry in my inventory. So you can carry 9 crates in your inventory as well. So you can carry up to, what, 15, 16 crates if you do it right. Alright, so we built the raft, and I think we should just take it out for a little spin. And I'll show you just how sluggish this is. Point it roughly in the right direction here. Hop on, take up our anchor, attach ourselves to the rudder, set the sail, rotate that if you want, not that it makes any difference, and away we go. Now, I'm not going to really go anywhere, I just wanted to show you that you can do this, and to show you how sluggish the raft is. I'm turning it full right rudder here. Now, if you remember when we only had a 1x1 raft, or a one-piece raft, it was extremely quick to turn and everything. And now that we've made it 2x3, with one extra piece on the front, it's a lot more sluggish, a lot slower, but it will still get you where you need to go. And now the anchor I've just kind of put in the middle. Look at that water, that's so pretty. Wow. Oh, freaky lighting. Look at that. Whoa. Ooh, this is a mineable resource for clay. That's nice. Look at this. Wow. This is like an aquarium. This is beautiful. These underwater scenes are just stunning. Just sit here and watch all these fish. Just, whoa. Fascinating. They have done an amazingly good job on the water in this game. Like, look at the ocean, all the different wavelets and waves, and the texture to the ocean surface, the reflections, the underwater. It's just beautiful. All right, out here, when I was collecting leaves earlier, and there are still some here, I found a potato plant over here. And I also found a potato plant somewhere over here. So that gives us 2 potatoes that we can plant in our farming plots. Okay, so I'm going to take the cloth that I have, three leather, 3 cloth, 3 sticks, and we now have ourselves a sleeping bag. And as you can see, it looks kind of like a sleeping bag or a cot. And if we hold E, it works just like a shelter. You can choose to save, sleep, or just cancel. And then when you want to travel, you can pick it up, and it's in your inventory. And you can put it inside a crate as well. So if we're traveling, we can just plunk it into a crate, and there we go. We get to the island we're going to, plunk it down, and sleep or save. Beautiful. Alright, so that's all we have for this episode. In the next episode, I will plant the potatoes that I found. We will get a fuel still built and get producing some fuel for our raft. We'll also build a motor and put that on the raft so that we can motor around instead of having to sail. We'll take one of the barrels that we found and I'll build a hobo stove and show you how that works compared to the smoker that we have been using. Maybe we'll even sail off to another island, try out our new raft with the extra crates and see if we can loot an island for some resources. Yeah, so it should be a good one. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below if you liked it. Bye for now.